last night, maybe someone walked into your dream, someone you haven't seen in years.
Yeah, it could be anyone, right?
Yeah.
A childhood friend, that colleague you barely remember, maybe even an old flame.
And you wake up thinking, why them?
Yeah.
Why now? And what if? What if it's not just your brain, like rummaging through old memory boxes?
What if it's something more?
Yes. What if it's a doorway? A doorway to a place where there's still a really vibrant, active part of your life?
That's the question we're diving into.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Now, this is the second deep dive in our series, Waking Up in a Dream, What the World is Starting to Remember.
We are definitely on an interconnected journey here, exploring, the deep stuff about consciousness.
But don't worry if you missed the first one. Each deep dive, it really stands on its own. You'll get complete insights right here.
Yeah, totally self-contained.
So today our mission is really to unpack the nature of these, powerful dream encounters.
Especially when people from our past reappear, seemingly out of nowhere. What's the wisdom hidden there?
Okay, so let's get into it. Where do we even start with that? It seems huge.
Well, what's truly fascinating, I think, is how this perspective challenges our usual way of thinking about dreams.
Right. Most people think dreams are just internal movies, right?
Yeah.
Memories, imagination, random bits mashed together.
Exactly, like internal theater. But experienced dream masters, they understand it's far more.
More how?
They see dreams as potentially powerful portals. They can offer genuine glimpses into other versions of reality.
Glimpses.
Yeah.
Okay. So connecting with people from our past, it feels incredibly real sometimes.
Deeply meaningful. Yeah. It's not just remembering, it can feel like a reconnecting. It really forces a reevaluation of what a dream actually is.
Okay, so that's where it gets really compelling for me. We're not just talking about hitting rewind on old memories.
No, not just playback.
Advanced practitioners, then they see dreams not just as fantasy, but as, actual windows into alternate worlds.
That's the understanding, yes?
Yeah.
Genuine windows.
How do we, ground this? How do we know it's not just a cool theory, but something actually observed?
Well, we know this from consistent observation, from practice, from the study of dreams over time.
Fuck.
Think about the journey we've been following in the Waking Up in a Dream series. Philip, our protagonist, he's a living example.
Right, Philip's experiences.
Through his experiences and guided by dreamer Gaius, who's a seasoned explorer of these inner realms, Philip discovered something pretty unique about himself.
Which was?
Well, while most people's dreams mostly reflect things happening in their own waking world, Philip found he has this rare capacity to perceive, sometimes even interact with, other worlds through his dreams.
Other worlds. That gives us a tangible reference point then. It's not just abstract.
Precisely. His journey makes it more concrete.
So when we say other realities or alternate worlds, what are we picturing? Is it like, Earth 2? A subtler?
That's a really key question. It's not always about a completely different planet or some sci-fi dimension, although, very advanced states might touch on that.
Right.
More often, it's about subtle timelines. Or maybe different energetic frequencies where your connections, your life choices, perhaps they took a slightly different turn.
Huh. Like a what-if scenario playing out.
Kind of. Your dreaming consciousness, essentially, it just tunes into that frequency, that channel, for a brief moment.
Like changing radio stations.
Exactly like that. Different stations broadcasting simultaneously.
Yeah.
Your dream just flips the dial, picks up a broadcast from a slightly different version of what is or maybe what could be.
That's a powerful way to think about it. And these subtle variations, tuning into different frequencies, how does that show up in dreams we might have? More common dreams.
Right. It plays out in patterns we all kind of recognize, like recurring dreams or symbolic ones.
Okay.
Take Philip's recurring cruise premonition dream, which we've talked about in the series.
Yeah, I remember that. It kept coming back, but slightly different each time.
Exactly. He'd have the dream, it repeats, but with subtle changes in the details. This shows how events, even people, can reappear across what we sometimes call different dream branches, different iterations of reality.
Branches? Like a tree of possibilities.
Sort of. Imagine each branch is a slightly different path your life or the lives of people you could have taken, or maybe is taking, just elsewhere.
Wow.
Philip's dream shows his consciousness kind of branching into these subtle variations. It reveals how connections might play out differently across them.
So if we connect this to the bigger picture, relationships must have a really strong energetic pull then.
A deep resonance, yeah. And when those energetic currents align just right, those connections can powerfully resurface in your dreams.
Like a signal that's always there, just waiting for the right conditions.
Pretty much. Waiting to become visible to your dreaming mind.
So this is way more than just looking through an old photo album in our heads.
Oh, much more.
It really sounds like we're talking about brushing up against actual living echoes of connections.
That's a good way to put it. Living echoes.
That just fundamentally shifts everything, doesn't it? From dreams as just internal memories to active, dynamic doorways.
It does.
So when someone you haven't seen in ages walks into your dream, it's well established then that you might actually be brushing against a reality where they are still a vibrant, active part of your life.
Yeah, that's the understanding, yes. A reality overlap.
What does that imply about our connections? How deep do they go?
It's transformative, really. These encounters, they're rarely just simple nostalgia, your brain tidying up old files.
Right. They feel different.
They can carry incredibly meaningful messages. They can represent these profound reality overlaps or even be invitations. Invitations to wake up to a deeper understanding of your own consciousness.
And the connections we have, that web extends far beyond our waking perception.
Far beyond. It challenges the whole idea of what past even means. Because in that other reality, that past connection might be very much present.
It suggests our bonds are maybe more resilient, more far-reaching than we usually think.
Much more.
And, when we talk about understanding these really profound experiences, we often look to ancient wisdom, the oracle in our series. She's this revered source of insight.
Her guidance for Philip was critical.
Absolutely. In his first encounter, she gave him that really direct, powerful warning. You must learn to control your dreams, lest they control you.
Which sounds intense, but it's not just mystical talk.
No, it feels practical. It emphasizes how vital conscious awareness is. Intentionality, especially when you're navigating the dream realm. But why? Why is that control so crucial?
Well, that's a critical point. Control matters because the dream realm, while it offers these incredible insights and connections, it's also a highly energetic space.
Energetic. How so?
Think of it like currents or frequencies. The oracle understood this intimately. She didn't just give advice. She gave Philip tools.
Right, the dream catcher.
The magical dream catcher, yes. The sources call it the numinous nagwagan. It wasn't just decoration.
No, it's a tool, right, to help ground your consciousness.
Exactly. Ground consciousness, enhance lucidity, give you a greater sense of control within the dream.
And there was the prediction charm, too.
Yes, the charm that changes color. It indicates the likelihood of dream events actually manifesting in waking life.
Which shows dreams aren't just isolated nighttime events.
Yes.
They can ripple outwards.
You can have real-world implications, so being able to interpret them, maybe even influence them, that becomes incredibly valuable. Without some control, you could just get swept away by those currents.
Okay, so if we accept this powerful idea that these long-lost people aren't just memories, but potentially these living echoes, what would the oracle specifically say about why they show up? How does her ancient wisdom light up this particular phenomenon?
Her insights on this are, well, truly illuminating, almost like she's speaking directly to the dreamer experiencing this.
What kind of wisdom?
She might offer something like, when someone long gone walks into your dream, ask not why they have returned. Ask what part of you called to them.
Oh, wow. That shifts the focus completely, doesn't it?
Yeah. Dramatically. From the external person right back to your internal landscape.
So their appearance might be reflecting something in me. An unmet need, maybe.
Yeah.
Resolved emotion.
Or a forgotten aspect of yourself. A dormant connection within you that's now seeking attention. Or integration.
It's a call for self-reflection, then.
Deeply, yes.
That's incredibly insightful. It puts the power and the question firmly back on us. We're not just passive viewers.
No, we might be active participants in drawing them forth, consciously or unconsciously.
So what are the practical implications of that? If the power is partly with us, how does that change how we approach these dreams?
It changes everything. Instead of just being amazed or maybe confused by the appearance, it encourages you to engage with these dreams as opportunities for real personal growth.
Okay.
The oracle might continue saying something like, dreams are doorways and some lead to rooms you have not entered in years.
Rooms, metaphorically speaking.
Metaphorically, yes. Rooms within your own consciousness, perhaps. The people you meet there are not always memories sometimes. They are the living echoes of lives you are still living elsewhere.
Okay, that reinforces the parallel realities idea,
Yeah.
or those subtle timelines.
Right. The you in your dream might be experiencing a different life path where that person is still present, and your dreaming consciousness is just glimpsing it.
That concept of continuity,
Yeah.
it's breathtaking. That our story and the stories connected to us are much bigger than we realize day to day.
Far more expansive. It invites you to think, well, what lessons or unfinished business might exist in these other rooms of your existence?
Wow. Okay, so if these are living echoes, and we might be calling them in, that sounds incredibly powerful,
It is.
but also maybe a little vulnerable. Does that make sense? Is there a warning attached to engaging with this kind of intense connection, especially if it's tied to really deep emotions?
There absolutely is a warning, and it's a crucial one.
What would the oracle say?
She would likely warn, guard your heart in such encounters. Deep longing and regret shine like beacons.
Shine like beacons, meaning they attract attention.
Exactly. They may draw in the one you seek, or something else entirely.
Oh, okay, that's sobering.
It's a profound warning. It ties directly into her understanding of the dream realm's energetic nature. We've learned that emotional energy acts like this powerful beacon. It attracts attention.
And that attention isn't always good.
Sometimes it's desirable, yes. You might draw in the very person or connection you long for, especially if there's a sort of reciprocal energetic pull.
Why?
But sometimes, and here's the caution, that intense emotional energy, like deep regret or longing, can draw in something unexpected, something not aligned with your intentions or your well-being.
So it underlines the need for intentionality and maybe emotional regulation when we're dealing with these deep dream states.
Vitally important. If you're holding on to immense regret, say, or just overwhelming longing for a past connection, that energy can, well, create an opening.
It's not about being scared, then, but about being conscious, discerning.
Precisely. Understanding what you're truly inviting into your dream space and why. Conscious discernment is key.
So what does all this mean for us? For you, the listener, when you wake up from one of these really vivid dreams, how can we apply this wisdom? How do we guard our hearts like the oracle suggests?
Well, if we connect it all to the bigger picture, these dreams, they aren't just random blips or pure nostalgia.
They're opportunities.
Profound opportunities for heightened awareness, for self-discovery. They can be an invitation, really, to explore parts of yourself you've maybe long forgotten or overlooked.
Parts that are calling out somehow.
Parts that are calling out for connection, maybe resolution. Perhaps the person who appeared represents a quality you had back then, or an unresolved emotional thread that still somehow impacts your present.
That's a powerful shift. So instead of just wondering why them,
You ask, what are they showing me about me?
it becomes a chance to really reflect on your own internal landscape, the vast interconnected tapestry of your own existence.
Okay, so is there one practical thing a listener could do, maybe even tonight, to start engaging with this?
Absolutely. It's simple but powerful. Before you fall asleep, if you're open to it, just set an intention.
An intention.
Yeah. If someone from your past has appeared, or you feel they might, ask yourself, what emotion am I feeling about this person? What part of me does this connection represent?
Okay.
And then try to approach the dream with a sense of, let's say, curious observation, rather than uncontrolled longing or fear.
And when you wake up?
Don't just dismiss it. Maybe journal about it, the feeling, the atmosphere, any symbols that stood out. This act of conscious engagement, it helps you harness that beacon energy.
And guide your emotional response.
Exactly. It helps fulfill the oracle's warning to guard your heart by turning raw emotion into potential insight.
Have you had a dream like this? Someone from your past, long absent, suddenly appearing with such vivid clarity.
It's a common experience, actually.
Yeah.
Tell us in the comments what stood out to you. What were your initial feelings? Did anything resonate from our chat today?
We'd love to hear.
And if this deep dive resonated with you, maybe share it with someone who's been showing up in their dreams lately.
Or just someone who might be ready to explore these profound connections.
And please make sure to like, follow, and review Lucid Journeys so you don't miss the rest of the series. We're continuing to awaken in a dream together.
Until next time.
Until next time, keep dreaming.